Okay, looks like it's working. All right, cool. Okay, so you have these terms: sin, transgression, and iniquity. A really cool video, or some videos to check out that are pretty cool, are the Bible Projects videos. I'm taking a little bit of a different tact, and I just kind of want to talk about the variability of kind of gravity and culpability of some of these actions: sin, transgression, and iniquity. And so this is a really simple metaphor. Before I start, I'm just going to read from Exodus 34. And this is basically where Yahweh says who he is to Moses. And I'm going to start in verse 7. Notzer chesed la'alafim nosei avon v'pesha v'chata'ah. So, and Yahweh's describing himself, and he says, guarding or keeping loyal love to the thousands, forgiving, so no say, forgiving, lifting off, avon, which is iniquity, v'pesha, and transgression, v'chata'ah, and sin. And just as a kind of way to tell the difference between these three activities, I'm going to use a metaphor for neighbors. And when I do that, I'm actually going to close my window because it's a little bright, isn't it? It's a little bright. I agree. Okay, great. Plus, we're going to be talking about the neighbors, so we don't want them peeking in right now. Okay, so let's imagine sin first, and this is how we're going to depict it. You had a great morning. You meditated, did a little workout, got your coffee, got your muffin ready. You get in the car, put your favorite jam session on, and you're about to reverse, and you back over your neighbor and you kill them. Well, that's a sin. It's an error. It's truly harm. It's irreversible. It was wrong, and you didn't plan it. So you didn't plan to hurt your neighbor that day. You were just trying to head to work. There was no culpability. There was no awareness. The second example would be transgression. So it'd be like you're coming home from work, and you've had a great day at work. You know your boss just promoted you, and you're excited. Can't wait to get home. Can't wait to see your wife. You're driving down the road, whistling a tune, and then as you start to come into the neighborhood, you see your tall, big neighbor punch your wife's face into the ground. And in a heat of rage, you kind of veer your car off onto the lawn and run over your neighbor and kill him. That's kind of like it's peshaim, it's transgress, this act that is associated with going over these boundaries. And it can be associated, especially in Leviticus, with the guilt offerings, often associated with almost like a rash decision. So like you were having a good day. You killed your neighbor. It's worse than doing it accidentally, but you weren't planning on killing your neighbor that day when you came home from work. And then the third type would be iniquity, which is typically associated with just willful, premeditated wickedness. It's perversion. And this would be like, you know what? You sit in your car in your driveway undetected and watch your neighbor for 30 days, and you know the time that they go out to take their trash each week, and they're alone in the dark. So, or to bring their trash can back in. So the day that they do it, after watching them for 30 days, you whip your car around, put a bag over their head, zip tie their hands, put them in the trunk of your car, and stab them to death and kill them. This is an iniquity. You didn't accidentally do this. There was no, it's purposeful, it's premeditated. And the picture in Exodus 34 is that Yahweh notzer chesed la'alafim. He keeps loyal love to the thousands, and those who love him, those who keep his commandments, those who guard them. It is possible to actually commit iniquity and for Yahweh to forgive it. It's possible for him to forgive iniquity. It's possible for him to give transgression. It's possible for him to forgive sin. So that's kind of a helpful way to work through these three terms. So hope that blesses somebody. All right, peace.